making it happen. Can they see me?
Mm-hmm.
And so Susan Simpson, our 1045 accompanist, is here, and we're a couple minutes late, but it is time for a hymn sing. And so I'm going to turn that over to her and sing along with her as we make things together and make great music to honor and glorify God. Susan.
All right. Hello, everyone. Well, today, as you probably know, is All Saints' Day, also All Souls' Day, and Dia de los Muertos. And an aside here that I always think of this hymn for all the saints. My father died on November 1st, 2007, and when I was asked which hymns we might use in his memorial service, it seemed appropriate to do for all the saints. It was written in 1864 by William Howe. He was an Anglican bishop. It was a processional hymn for their All Saints' Day service with all of 11 verses. They must have had a lot of people to process him.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we're not sure which tune they used at that time. The one that we use now was written in 1908 by the famous British composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. He's written numerous operas, ballets, chamber music, religious, secular, vocal pieces, and 9 symphonies. So quite a repertoire there. So anyway, this is for all the saints. We're going to do 4 verses. It's in the blue hymnal on page 526. Okay, I hope you're staying along and enjoy that. Next selection was chosen by one of you.
We have to pull that off.
Please remember that I am welcoming people to submit requests to me, to the church, through Facebook or a church website, however you wish. This was requested by one of you, and it is a song, Much Beloved, Amazing Grace. Now, this has quite a background story, which some of you may know already, I don't know. But when I first first heard it, I was quite impressed, and I've always kept that story with me when I've sung it. The lyrics are by John Newton. He was a deserter in the British Navy. He was arrested, had quite a colorful life as a young man. He became a crew member and eventually commanded a slave ship and managed a slave warehouse. While in a terrible storm at sea, Newton cried out to God for help in desperation, though he was afraid that he was too much of a sinner to be able to be saved. Cargo shifted to fill a hole in the ship's hull, which saved it from sinking. Now, this made quite an impression on him. It certainly helped his faith. He went on to quit shipping. He became a minister and a hymn writer. His lyrics to Amazing Grace were sung to a different tune, first published in 1773, and used for a New Year's service. Now, these words lived on. They were later put to an American folk tune published in Virginia Harmony in 1835. The fifth verse was written by Harriet Beecher Stowe, and it was referenced in the book Uncle Tom's Cabin. And also, if you happen to be looking at the hymnal, it's also written here in several Native American languages. And there's record of, while on the Trail of Tears, the Cherokee Indians singing Amazing Grace. So it was meaningful to Native Americans, to the slave population, and really to all of us. Amazing Grace.
Like me.
and some days it makes them even more meaningful. And because today is Communion Sunday, I thought we should do a communion hymn. And I chose Let Us Break Bread Together. And going along with the American history theme from Amazing Grace, this spiritual, Let Us Break Bread Together, was formed in the West African Gullah Geechee slave culture and in our coastal southeast colonial America. It was in the St. Helena Island, South Carolina Spirituals, and published in the Journal of American Folklore in 1925. Some say that the phrase "face to the rising sun" refers to West African symbolic light and Islamic practices. Others say that it has to do with the slaves receiving the communion early morning while the sun was rising. In any case, I'm sure it was symbolic to those who wrote it and sang it. Now, we don't necessarily kneel when we take communion, but many, many congregations around the world do. In fact, when I lived in Fiji for 6 months, and in the church that I attended, when they did communion, not only did they kneel, but before they went up to the altar, everyone removed their shoes. So different ways of showing the holiness of the sacrament. Let us break bread together.
Thanks. Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me. Let us drink wine together on our knees. Let us drink wine together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me. Let us praise God together on our knees. Let us praise God together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me.
Thank you. That concludes our singing for today. Remember, you can make requests, and I hope to see you next Sunday.
Hallelujah.